something new from Cinnabon. If you didn't read the title, you won't know. If you read the title, then this is not a surprise to you.
How about this? On the packaging, life needs frosting. That's... okay. It does, I guess.
So what is the name of this delectable item we have?
This, in this small box, is none other than the Churro Swirl.
Let's say it together. The Churro Swirl. It does look like a churro swirl. That's exactly what it looks like.
Looks like a dial, almost.
Yeah. Some sort of a creature in the bottom of the ocean. Okay, it looks good. But that's not all we have, though.
You're right.
We're not stopping there. Why would we stop at one when we can have two?
Why get the Churro Swirl when you can get something even more calories and more ridiculous, which is the Churro Frosting Sandwich?
Yummy. It's 2 churros with frosting in the center.
Now, it melted a little bit, but...
it melted a little bit. That will not affect the taste, I assure you.
So let's just start off with the basics.
Start with a small one and work our way up.
You want to split this in half?
I'll do my best.
Yeah, we were at the South Outlet malls here in Vegas, and we saw Cinnabon, and we wanted to stop inside.
Are we ready to taste it?
Yes.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Cheers.
Oh boy.
All right, so what are your impressions of the standard Churro Swirl, Brandon?
Very cinnamony, very sugary. It was a churro in a swirl. That's what we expected.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It delivered.
It fits with their menu. It's just nothing. It's nothing revolutionary.
Nothing
It's
special.
Not
yeah.
groundbreaking, but it's pretty good. The shape is kind of interesting, but that's novelty. That's the opening act. Let's get to the main course here. Our slightly melted sandwich. It's slightly melted.
Oh yeah, it's.
Oh, we still got. It's just a little bit. Look at this. Look at that. I kind of guess how it tastes. It looks like 2 churros with frosting in the center. I have a feeling that's how it's going to taste like.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. And it's very large. Let's see.
Now, as daunting of a sandwich that this was to put into my mouth, the presentation is different, but it really just tastes like a normal Cinnabon cinnamon roll. But the only difference being that it's not as soft. All the components are there. It's just arranged differently. You got the 2 hard cinnamon swirls as the kind of buns, as in a sense, and then the insides is just a cream cheese filling that really worked a lot better. I think that the frosting really helps it taste a lot better. It's really dry without it, just like a churro is. But then when you add in that frosting, it takes it to the level that I'd like for it to be.
When you add the icing, it's more like a crispy Cinnabon. It's very large. It was hard for me to bite into, but to me, adding the icing, it's completely different and much better. So I almost wish though that I could get one and get the icing and dip it in there, because I think that would be better. Rather than have 2 together, I'd rather just have them separate from the icing and dip them. That's just my own preference. But that said, the taste of those together, very good.
Now take a look at how much extra icing there is. We kind of just like scooped up in the process.
Yum. Hey man, get that camera off me.
So we got our receipt from Cinnabon, and just the normal Churro Swirl is $3.29. That's a little steep for just that little.
It wasn't really that big.
No, that's.
$3.29 is a bit steep for that. That's like $1 a churro. I mean,
now this sandwich is $2 more exactly at $5.29. So you're getting additional Churro Swirl and the filling for $2 more, and I feel like that's slightly more justified, but it's still a little steep.
I mean, Cinnabon's always kind of steep. I mean,
right.
I always thought Cinnabon was overpriced across the board, but because it's so good, everybody goes there.
Now, this one's a really hard one to review because there's not really anything like this specific thing. It's a completely new, innovative idea in the Cinnabon line. So I guess you'd only really just compare it to its classic predecessor.
Yeah, why don't we just compare it? If the classic Cinnabon is a 10, where do these fall in line with that?
As far as a rating goes, for just the Churro Swirl, I would say it's about a 6, and that's just because I like churros. Now, the sandwich, I would say it brings it up to an 8.5 or maybe an 8.75, his favorite number in ratings. That's just my opinion. I think that it's a really cool idea. The price isn't too bad if you're comparing it to Cinnabon's prices, but I still do not think that it is close to the Cinnabon classic cinnamon roll, which is the 10 in this discussion.
I think those are fair. I would say that the regular swirl, it's an average churro that's overpriced. I'm going to give it a 5, and I'm being generous because I think it's overpriced. The 5 is for, I would go lower because of the price, but I'm being nice because it tastes pretty good. The sandwich itself, that's a whole different story. I think that when you add that signature icing on there and you have 2 of them, again, I would have preferred to have them dipped separately, but that's a different story. I'm going to give it a solid 8.
No 8.75?
No. That's just a smidge too high for me. Now, if it was like $3, you'd be an 8.75. Some people have eaten Cinnabon that I know, I'm not going to mention who, don't feel well afterwards because it's so much sugar and like the dough and everything. This might be a good alternative if the Cinnabon bothers your stomach.
You know what that means? It means it's really messy. I had to like step outside of the car to wipe my hands off because of how much sugar and cinnamon is getting on my hands.
Yeah, be prepared to do this if you have one of the sandwiches, because this is what you're going to be doing. You got icing and you got cinnamon all over your hands.
So I think that's it.
That's it.
I think that's it.
That is it.
That is conclusively the video.
I just need more napkins because I got stuff all over my hands.
They gave us a whole 4 napkins.
I had to go back and get aggressive and get more napkins. She was getting chintzy. How do you get chintzy on napkins when you serve something like that? I still got stuff all over my hands. It's like Subway. They sneak one into your bag. Here's your 1 napkin for 2 people in your bag, and you don't realize till you get home. You're like, or if say you're in your car somewhere, you come out. Let me just share a napkin.
That's the worst.
They don't even leave the napkins out. I mean, I understand people take like a big thing of them, but they only give you like 1 napkin in Subway. Like, come on, Subway, get with it. How do we get on Subway?
I don't know. Thanks everybody so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting in the past month of my YouTube channel. It's been great to see my success.
And if you like more videos like this, please subscribe, hit the bell notification for more from us in the future.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.